हुआ। यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत, अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्, परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां, धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे।
ओके, लेट्स प्रोसीड। ओके, सो बेटा अभी तक मैंने आपको ये बताया बेटा कि कौरव्स और पांडवास, ठीक है, इन दोनों की जो आपस में दोनों डिफरेंट फादर से बेटा ऑब्वियसली थे। एंड व्हेन धृतराष्ट्र बिकेम द किंग, as I explained that Pandavas left for the forest. पांडवास जो थे, जो पांडु थे, वो फॉरेस्ट चले गए थे, एंड ही यूज्ड टू लिव इन द फॉरेस्ट ओनली। सो जब पांडु फॉरेस्ट चले गए थे तो धृतराष्ट्र को ही राजा बनाना पड़ा, क्योंकि कोई और विकल्प नहीं बचा था भीष्म पितामह के पास। ओके, भीष्म के पास। तो जब धृतराष्ट्र जब राजा बने थे तो ही वॉज द राइटफुल ओनर, लाइक इनिशियली बिकॉज ही वॉज ब्लाइंड ही कुडंट बिकम द किंग। सो अब जब उनके बच्चे हुए द 100 sons, और जब पांडु के बच्चे हुए 5 sons, सो बोथ ऑफ देम व्हेन दे ग्रू अप, जब वो बड़े हो रहे थे और जब बड़े हुए वो लोग, तो उनके बीच में एक बहुत सॉर्ट ऑफ कंपटीशन हमेशा रहा, दैट हु विल बी द राइटफुल ओनर ऑफ द थ्रोन। दुर्योधन को बेटा हमेशा लगता था, दुर्योधन हु इज द सन ऑफ धृतराष्ट्र, ओके, उसको दुर्योधन को बेटा हमेशा लगता था कि ही इज द राइट ओनर एंड ही इज गोइंग टू बी द नेक्स्ट किंग। द रीजन बीइंग दैट ही इज द एल्डेस्ट सन ऑफ द किंग हु इज द धृतराष्ट्र, ओके। बट देयर इज like the other elders in the kingdom like Vidur, Bhishma Pitama, they had different opinion. They think that Dhritarashtra is the caretaker king. He's not the, he's only caretaker king, and he is ruling the kingdom till Yudhishthir grows up and he is eligible to become a king. Then Dhritarashtra should leave his kingdom and Yudhishthir should become the king. ओके, द रीजन बीइंग कि अगर हम इन सारे भाइयों के बीच में देखें, 100 + 5 ब्रदर्स के बीच में देखें, तो युधिष्ठिर वाज द एल्डेस्ट सन, ओके। एंड अगर पांडु ने कभी छोड़ा ही नहीं होता थ्रोन, तो धृतराष्ट्र कभी राजा नहीं बन पाते, और अगर धृतराष्ट्र अगर राजा नहीं बन पाते तो पांडु के बाद कौन राजा बनता? युधिष्ठिर राजा बनते, ओके। तो both of these camp, let's call them Kaurava camp and the Pāṇḍava camp, both of these people think that they are the rightful owner of the throne. और यहीं से बेटा पूरी लड़ाई स्टार्ट होती है, यहीं से पूरा रूट कॉज है कि आगे जो युद्ध होगा, जो महाभारत का जो युद्ध होगा, वो क्यों, उसका मेन जो रूट है वो यहीं से स्टार्ट होता है। मतलब ऑब्वियसली उसका रूट बेटा जो हमने पिछले क्लासेस में आपको बताया था उसके पहले भी जाता है, लेकिन दिस बिकेम द बोन ऑफ कंटेंशन दैट वंस दिस प्रिंसेस ग्रो अप, द हु इज गोइंग टू बी द किंग, ओके। तो दुर्योधन को बेटा हमेशा ऐसा लगता था कि पांडवास, इवन इफ दे आर 5 ब्रदर्स, दे हैव वेरी स्किल्ड पावर इन देम. Yudhishthir being the most honest person, Bhim is so strong that he can easily, throw away 10 people, 20 people, and nobody can fight with Bhim easily. Okay, तो भीम जैसा इनके पूरे 100 ब्रदर्स में कोई भी नहीं था जो भीम को अकेले ही टक्कर दे सकता है. ओनली दुर्योधन कैन फाइट भीम टू एन एक्सटेंट. बाकी ब्रदर्स तो उसके सामने रुक भी नहीं सकते थे. ओके, और इनके बचपन से ही बेटा जो इनकी रिलेशनशिप रहा ब्रदर्स के बीच में, दैट वाज अ रिलेशनशिप ऑफ बुलिंग relationship of fighting, relationship of insecurity, and having bad faith towards each other. और इसके बीच में ऐसा कुछ चीजें भी हुई which was not good. Say for example, एक बेटा स्टोरी है यहाँ पर, उसमें क्या हुआ था कि Bhim used to Bhim obviously he plays with his Kaurava brothers, all the 100 brother, and he was a strong person. So वो लोग जैसे mango tree में चढ़ जाते थे, Kaurava's brother, and Bhim used to kick the tree, and all these brother will fall down. So it was because he was so powerful. Bhim was so powerful that even if he kick the tree, the whole mangoes will fall down, as well as the people who are there in the tree, they will also fall down. Okay, so so many things happened. The Kauravas were very, very frustrated, and they wanted to get rid of Bhim. Okay, so Kauravas लोगों ने बेटा क्या किया, उन्होंने एक कॉन्स्पिरेसी किया. Okay, एक षड्यंत्र किया. उस कॉन्स्पिरेसी में ये था कि they will poison Bhim. They will give him a laddu, and that laddu will contain some poison. Okay, and Bhim will be unconscious. Okay, and then they will throw the Bhim into the river. Okay, so ये जो story हुआ, and they gave that laddu to Bhim, and Bhim ate that laddu and that sweet, and Bhim was unconscious, and then they threw Bhim in the river. Okay, but what happened when Bhim would have actually died in the river? But what happened is that there are many Nagas who are living in the river. That river was the home of the Nagas. Nagas means beta ये snakes. Snakes का पूरा वो home था. And these Nagas, when they saw that the Bhim is falling over there, they started biting Bhim. But Bhim was so powerful that he returned into consciousness, and he fought all the Nagas alone. Okay, that is the story. And all the Nagas, then they took Bhim to their king Vasuki, and then Vasuki recognized Bhim as one of their own, as one of his own brothers. The reason being कि जो भीम की जो बेटा मदर थी कुंती is coming from the Yadav's clan, और यादव्स जो क्लैन थे उनके जो मेन यादव्स के जो मेन क्लैन मुखिया थे बेटा, he was related to the Nag, the snakes. So they gave Bhim a very good hospitality. They gave him the nectar which made Bhim even more stronger. So Bhim had the power of 100 elephants now, and Bhim came back again. And when Bhim came back again, all the Kauravas were very frustrated, because they were thinking that Bhim is gone now, he's drowned, but their plan failed. Okay, so this story shows that बेटा कि इनका बचपन से ही काफी एनमिटी थी, ब्रदर्स के बीच में बहुत ज्यादा एनमिटी थी. दुर्योधन ऑलवेज he didn't wanted to share his kingdom with the 5 brothers, because he always said कि जब आपके फादर जो थे पांडु जो थे, जब वो फॉरेस्ट चले गए, तो यू ऑल शुड लिव इन द फॉरेस्ट. यू शुड नॉट कम बैक एंड स्टार्ट क्लेमिंग योर किंगडम. दिस इज नॉट योर किंगडम. This is my father who is the king, and I will be the next king. And the Pandavas, they came back, and obviously because they are the rightful owner of the throne, but they didn't claim the throne at that point in time. What all they said that okay, we will live with you. So all the brothers, they lived together, and they were taught by the same teacher, the Drona. Okay. Okay, so the next story बेटा जो एक इनकी आती है, that is a very important story. क्या हुआ था कि विदुर and Bhisma, they saw that the fighting between the brothers is increasing day by day, and this will bring a great disrespect to the household. So Vidur said to Dhritarashtra, why don't you make another small palace, a small kingdom for Kunti, and let her go over there and live with her sons, with her 5 sons. जब ये दोनों सन्स अलग रहेंगे, कौरव अलग रहेंगे, पांडु अलग रहेंगे, पांडवास अलग रहेंगे, तो इनके बीच में लड़ाई नहीं होगी. ये सब एक ही साथ रहते हैं, इसलिए इनके बीच में इतनी लड़ाइयां होती हैं. ओके, तो धृतराष्ट्र को वो प्लान पसंद आया, एंड ही सेड दैट लेट्स मेक अ पैलेस फॉर कुंती, एंड वो जो पैलेस बेटा बनाया गया था उसको वो वहां बनवाया गया था, वानव्रत में बनवाया गया था, वानव्रत में। ओके, एंड दैट पैलेस विच वाज मेड was a लक्ष्य ग्रह। लक्ष्य ग्रह मतलब बेटा एक छोटा सा ग्रह जहां पे आप मतलब इट्स नॉट एज बिग एज अ फुल फ्लेश्ड पैलेस बट इट्स नॉट एज स्मॉल एज अ हाउस, राइट, इट्स लाइक अ मिडिल टाइप ऑफ अ पैलेस। तो ये वानव्रत में जब बनवाया गया था तो इसके पीछे भी एक कॉन्स्पिरेसी की गई थी। कॉन्स्पिरेसी ये की गई थी कि ये पूरा जो पैलेस बना था इट वाज मेड आउट ऑफ वैक्स। वैक्स मींस इट्स लाइक अ व्हाट यू कैन कॉल एज अ, जिससे कैंडल बनता है बेटा, उससे ही ये पूरा बनवाया गया था। द होल प्लान वाज दिस दैट वंस द पांडवास विल लिव इनटू दिस पैलेस इट विल बी बर्न्ड डाउन, उसको आग लगा दिया जाएगा पूरे पैलेस को। ओके, एंड द होल पांडवास अलोंग विद कुंती they will burn over there and then there will be no more fight, the way will be clear for all of them. Okay, however विदुर got a विदुर बेटा आपको याद है ना कि विदुर को मैंने आप लोगों को एक्सप्लेन किया था पिछली क्लास में, दैट हु इज विदुर। ओके, इफ यू डू नॉट रिमेंबर प्लीज गो एंड सी दैट वीडियो। तो विदुर को बेटा ये पता चल गया था कि ये कॉन्स्पिरेसी चल रही है, एंड व्हेन ही वेंट टू लुक एट द लक्ष्य ग्रह, उसको हाउस ऑफ लैक्स भी बोलते हैं, तो लक्ष्य ग्रह को जब वो देखने गए ही केम टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट इज गोइंग ऑन बिहाइंड द सीन्स, दैट द होल पैलेस विल बी बर्न्ड डाउन वन डे। ओके, so what Vidur has done, he had made a tunnel under the पैलेस से, एक उन्होंने टनल बनाया और वो टनल जो है वो फॉरेस्ट की तरफ खुलता था। ओके, and Vidur was said that if that incident happens, Kunti can always take that tunnel and get out of the burning house. Okay, and the very first night when Kunti and Pandavas they went to live in that particular palace in the Lakshya Grah, that was set on fire. Okay, that was set on fire. Look at this one, this photo. Okay, the whole house is on fire. Lekin because of the foresightedness of Vidur, they were able to get out of the burning house and they were safe. However, Vidur wanted to get all the sympathy for Kunti and her 5 sons. So what Vidur has done as well, what that he put some dead bodies, the burned dead bodies, so that all the people assume that all the Pandavas, the 5 Pandavas and Kunti are dead now. Okay, and it was declared that unfortunately the palace, like there is a fire in the palace and everything was burned down and Kunti and the Pandavas are dead. However, in reality, they were able to escape out into the forest. Now this was a turning point. इसका मतलब ये हो गया कि अब दुश्मनी बेटा इतनी बढ़ चुकी थी, enmity was so much that people can also take each other's life. It was a next level of hatredness and the greed for the kingdom, greed to become the king. Okay, so Kunti then said to her sons, her 5 sons, that we are anyway dead for the world, right? Everybody assumed that we are dead. Let's take some time, let's live in the forest, we will live as Brahmins in the forest and we will spend some time, okay, in the forest. We will see, we will make our new plan, our new strategy. How are we going to get back into Hastinapur? But for some time, let us just live in the forest. Okay. अब जब लोग बेटा ये लोग फॉरेस्ट में जब रह रहे थे, कुंती एंड हर 5 sons. Okay. What Kunti has always wanted, always desired was that her 5 sons should always be together. क्योंकि अगर इन 5 brothers के बीच में अगर कोई भी अगर प्रॉब्लम आ जाती है, you know, they don't agree with each other or they start fighting with each other, then they will never be able to take back Hastinapur from the Kauravas. The only way that Kunti can make sure that there is a chance of a fight back is that the 5 brothers, they stick together like the 5 fingers and they can become a fist. Otherwise, they won't be able to fight. the Kauravas. Okay, so Kunti and her 5 brothers, all Pandavas, वो सब ब्राह्मण बन के रहने लगे फॉरेस्ट में. And they took an in the hut, एक दूसरे ब्राह्मण जिन्होंने उनको बेटा रहने के लिए जगह दी थी. Okay. Like in old days, people give place for Brahman to spend some time in their own hut, in their own in their own house. Okay, and and they can spend some days and then they will move on to other places. तो पांडवास वैसे भी बेटा ज्यादा समय नहीं रहते थे एक विलेज में, क्योंकि people will start they will start attracting attention which they don't want to do. Okay, they want to live anonymously का मतलब कि कोई भी उनको रिकॉग्नाइज ना कर पाए. हर आदमी यही सोचे कि ये कोई होंगे, ब्राह्मण होंगे, बस हो गया, दैट्स इट. ओके, एनीवेज, तो वो एक ब्राह्मण क्या बेटा वो रह रहे थे, और वो जिन ब्राह्मण क्या रह रहे थे उनकी जो वाइफ है वो एक बार बहुत रोने लगी. तो कुंती ने सुना कि वो क्या कह रही हैं. वो ये कह रही थी कि आज हम लोगों का टर्न है, आज हमारे घर से कोई मरेगा. Somebody will die from our own family. And then Kunti was very surprised. She said that, why are you saying that? Then her wife explained that in the village there is a monster, and that monster, what does that monster do? That monster comes and he will destroy everybody, and then he will eat some people, and then he will go on. So the village people and the monster, they have an agreement. That her fortnight, her 15 days में they will give the food to the monster themselves, and the monster will eat the food, will eat the cart. वो जिसमें बेटा लेके जाते थे ना, बुलक कार्ट में लेके जाते थे पूरा फूड, ग्रेन्स लेके जाते थे, राइस लेके जाते थे, वो फूड भी ईट करेगा, वो कार्ट भी ईट कर लेगा, और जो उसको लेके जाता था पर्सन, वो उसको भी ईट कर लेगा. ओके, so the whole misery was shared between all the houses in the village. ये तो पता था सबको कि वो तो हमको ऐसे भी खा जाएगा, इससे अच्छा ये है कि एक एक घर का एक एक आदमी उसको हर फोर्टनाइट में खाना पहुंचाता रहे. द नेम ऑफ द मॉन्स्टर वाज बाका. ओके, तो बाका को खुश रखने के लिए या बाका को रोकने के लिए कि वो पूरे विलेज को तहस नहस ना कर दे, it is a better deal for the villagers that at least one person keep dying of each house, and baka can be kept at the at a distance. Okay, so that was the deal. आज जो हाँ बेटा,
पर ये तो गलत क्योंकि इसमें बहुत ज्यादा चांस है कि लोग मर सकते हैं, क्योंकि अगर क्योंकि मान लो कोई पैदा भी हो गया तो भी एक ही बार होगा ना, और नुकसान तो उनका बहुत हो रहा है और मिल उनको एक रहा है.
हाँ बेटा, ये एक स्ट्रेटजी थी कि जब तक ये चलता रहेगा गांव वालों को कोई ना कोई प्लान मिल जाएगा बाका को रोकने के लिए, कोई ना कोई वो लोगों का. इट्स लाइक बाइंग टाइम में कभी कभी बेटा ऐसा करना पड़ता है कि पीपल एग्री टू वन डिमांड एंड दे वांट टू टेक सम टाइम टू थिंक व्हाट टू डू, हाउ टू डील विद दिस प्रॉब्लम. ओके बेटा, तो ऐसे ही समझ लो गांव वालों ने ऐसे ही माना होगा कि चलो ठीक है, एटलीस्ट कुछ महीने बीतेंगे, हम लोगों को कोई ना कोई रास्ता सूझेगा, या हम लोग हो सकता है राजा से बोलेंगे, राजा कुछ करेंगे उस हिसाब से. तो जब कुंती ने बेटा ये सुना तो कुंती सेड दैट दिस टाइम माय सन भीम विल गो, एंड द होस्ट, द ब्राह्मण होस्ट वाज वेरी सरप्राइज्ड. दे सेड नो, वी कैन नॉट अलाउ दिस, यू आर आवर गेस्ट, वी कैन नॉट अलाउ यू टू sacrifice your son. So Kunti said that no, that's not a problem. I have 5 sons. I can sacrifice one son for you because you have given us the place to live. Okay? तो कुंती ने एक ही चिड़िया से एक ही एरो से उन्होंने 2 चिड़िया पे निशाना साधा था. कैसे? पहले तो she knows that Bhim will be able to kill this monster because Bhim is very very powerful. Okay, he has the power of 100 elephants in him. एक बात, so that monster can be killed, or there is a chance that he will at least kill the monster. Okay, the second thing, that Bhim was going hungry for long time, so Bhim will get much food to eat. He will get the whole cart of grains, rice and everything to eat, as well as he will kill the monster as well. ओके। तो बेटा ये वाली जो आप अभी फोटो देख रहे हो, ये फोटो है कि जहां पे कुंती एंड हर 5 सन्स, दे आर become the Brahman, okay, and they are going in the forest, okay. और ये वाली जो फोटो है, ये है कि जहां पे भीम वहां पे गए उनको खाना खिलाने के लिए, एंड भीम sat down and he started to eat food himself. See, there is a bullock cart on the back, and when Baka saw this, Baka was furious. He said, how dare this person is eating my food. मतलब लोग तो डर डर के जाते थे और ये तो बैठ के मेरा खाना खा रहा है. So there was a huge fight between Baka and Bhim. Okay, you see, and Bhim was able to pin down Baka and kill him. And the next day, the bullock cart returned to the village, and Baka body was there in the bullock cart. All the villagers were very, very surprised. They saw that the Baka is killed, but where is that man? Where is the person who killed Baka? So by that time, Kunti and her 5 sons have already left the village because they do not want to attract attention. उनको ये नहीं चाहिए था कि ये जो न्यूज है ये दूर तक जाए और हस्तिनापुर में किसी को पता चल जाए, कि क्योंकि उन्हें पता था कि अगर कोई एक मॉन्स्टर को मार सकता है तो वो केवल भीम मार सकता है और कोई नहीं मार सकता. तो वो नहीं चाहते थे कि ये न्यूज जो है वो बाहर निकले. तो दे लेफ्ट द विलेज इन द मिडनाइट. वो चले गए, लेकिन पूरे विलेज को बाका से छुटकारा मिल गया. द विलेज इज रिलीव्ड ऑफ दिस ग्रेट पेन. ओके, ग्रेट मॉन्स्टर. ओके. अब बेटा एक दूसरी जो स्टोरी है इसी से रिलेटेड है. बाका की बेटा एक ब्रदर था, हिडम्बा एंड हिडम्बी. Hidamba and Hidambi. Okay, when they heard that their brother Baka is killed, they were furious and they wanted to kill Bhim. Okay, so Hidamba had a fight with Bhim and Hidamba was killed as well. And Hidambi was very much impressed by Bhim's brave, unke strength se she was very much impressed. And Hidambi offered to marry Bhim. And so Bhim and Hidambi, they married together. Okay, and they had a son which is by the name of Gatotkaksha. Okay, Gatotkaksha jo beta son tha, he will play a role later on in Mahabharat. But anyway, so Bhim had a son with Hidambi. Hidambi was the sister of Baka. Okay, but Kunti then told all her 5 sons, let's move on, we have to go to another village. And then after some time, Gatotkaksha was taken care by Hidambi and Bhim had to proceed with his brothers. Okay, and the story sort of ends there. So Gatotkaksha, while he was a small boy, he told his father Bhim that whenever you need me, father, just tell me and I will be there with you. Okay, so when the time comes in the Mahabharata, Bhim will call Gatotkaksha to fight on his behalf. Okay. ओके, अब जब ये लोग का बेटा फॉरेस्ट का टाइम चल ही रहा था, ये लोग फॉरेस्ट में ही थे, तभी क्या हुआ था, द्रुपद, किंग ऑफ द्रुपद, यू रिमेम्बर द स्टोरी विच आई टोल्ड यू व्हेन द्रोण और द्रुपद की जो मैंने स्टोरी बताई थी, उसमें द्रुपद और द्रोण के बीच में बहुत ज्यादा एनमिटी थी. एंड द होल रीजन द्रोण प्रिपेयर्ड Kauravas and the Pandavas was the reason that he wanted to defeat Drupad. And when they defeated Drupad, Drona took half the kingdom of Drupad. Okay. So Drupad was very much humiliated. He wanted a revenge. And he did a yagya to take the revenge on Drona. Not only on Drona, but on Bhishma and on the complete clan of Kuru. पूरे कुरु का जो उनका हस्तिनापुर में जो पूरा जो कुरु क्लैन था, वो उसके ऊपर एक बदला लेना चाहते थे, बिकॉज द्रुपद वाज वेरी फ्यूरियस द वे ही हैड बीन ट्रीटेड. एंड इन दैट यज्ञ he got 3 sort of blessings. He got a one son who was the none other but, if you remember, Amba. अम्बा की स्टोरी पता है आपको? अम्बा जो बेटा कूद गई थी उसमें फायर पिट में बिकॉज शी वांटेड टू टेक रिवेंज ऑन भीष्म. So Amba was reborn in the kingdom of Drupad, and she was half, like she has that ability that now she can be a man or she can be a woman. Okay, she can change, she can become man or she can be a woman. Okay, so she was born, first born to Drupad, and she was named, he or she, you can call both, he was named as Shikhandi. ओके, तो शिखंडी का बेटा जो जन्म हुआ था वो अंबा का ही वो जो दूसरा जन्म था. एंड अंबा गॉट दैट बोन फ्रॉम लॉर्ड शिवा दैट इन द नेक्स्ट बर्थ शी विल बी एबल टू टेक हर रिवेंज ऑन भीष्म. ओके, अंबा की अगर आप लोग को स्टोरी याद हो, अगर नहीं याद है बेटा तो अपने वो पुराने वाले वीडियो में जाके एक बार देख लेना. ओके, तो अंबा का अब रीबॉर्न हुए हैं एज अ शिखंडी. द सेकेंड was a twin brother and sister. Okay, the first was to revenge on Dron was Drishtidhum. So Drishtidhum was the son and Draupadi was the daughter to Drupad. तो दृष्टदुम का जो जन्म हुआ था वो द्रोण को रिवेंज लेने के लिए हुआ था. एंड द्रौपदी का जो जन्म हुआ था दैट वाज टू get married into the Kuru clan and divide the whole kingdom. Okay, तो ये तीनों बच्चों का जो जन्म हुआ था, शिखंडी, दृष्टद्युम्न और द्रौपदी, they will play a very central role in the whole story of Mahabharat. We'll see how. Okay. तो जब द्रौपदी का बेटा, जब द्रौपदी was now what happened when they were in the jungle, there was the king of Drupad invited all the Kshatriyas for the Swayamvar of Draupadi. Okay, and when they invited all the Kshatris, they also invited the Brahmins. And when they invited the Brahmins, all the Pandavas went there as Brahmins just to look. They cannot participate because they were not the Kshatriyas. Okay, in Kshatris में क्या हुआ कि ये contest कैसा था? Try to understand this by the photo. There was a fish who was tied to the ceiling, and the fish is revolving in a circle like this way. She will revolve. Okay, you can see my cursor, and there is a oil pot kept below. In the oil pot you have to see where is the fish going, and you have to hit the fish eye. Without looking up, you will look down, but you have to hit up. So that was quite a challenge for anybody, for any archer in the world. So everybody knew that अगर अर्जुन जिंदा होते तो अर्जुन जरूर कर लेते, लेकिन सब लोग यही मान के चल रहे थे कि अर्जुन is dead now, he is no more there. Okay, so everybody went there in this Swayamvar, but many kings they fall down on the oil. Many couldn't, even their arrow cannot even touch the fish. और वो सब लोगों ने अलग अलग चीजें ट्राई की, लेकिन कोई भी नहीं कर पाया. तो ये इनविटेशन बेटा दुर्योधन को भी गया हुआ था, बिकॉज दुर्योधन बीइंग द क्षत्रिय. सो दुर्योधन डिडंट वेंट इनटू दिस स्वयंवर बिकॉज ही वाज ऑलरेडी मैरिड टू भानुमति. ओके, सो दुर्योधन सेंट हिज फ्रेंड, मोस्ट ट्रस्टेड फ्रेंड कर्ण for this swayamvar. So when Karna was going to take the shot, Draupadi stopped him, and Draupadi said that you are not a Kshatriya, you are a Sudra, and I will not marry a Sudra. Even if you do it, I am not going to marry you. So Karna was again humiliated very badly, and Karna withdraw from the contest. He didn't took the shot at that. So what happened when all the Kshatriyas, they were not able to do this contest, they were not able to put the arrow in the eye of the fish by looking down in the oil. Then the king has no other option, but he said, can any of the Brahman come now and try their hands? Can they do it? And then Arjuna went there, and he did what nobody was expecting, because everybody thought that how can a Brahman did what a Kshatriya cannot do, because Kshatriyas were trained for this kind of activity all their life, and Brahmans were not trained. They were just trained for the reciting of the Vedas and everything. Okay. So as it happened that Arjun was able to do it, and Drupad has to then Draupadi had married Arjuna. But at that point in time, Draupadi didn't knew that he was Arjun. She just thought he is a normal Brahman boy. Okay. And then when they came back to their mother, she was cooking food. And Arjun told her mother that, look, mother, what I brought for you. And without looking back, Kunti said that whatever you brought, you divide between all your brothers. And thus, what happened when she realized that she is not a food item, but she is a bride of Arjun. So then she said that what I said have already been said. Now Draupadi has to marry all the 5 brothers. And that's how Draupadi became Panchali. Panchali means 5 brothers. Okay. So she became the wife of all the 5 brothers. The reason why Kunti said that was very shrewd. It is very intelligent decision, because Kunti knew that if one brother will have a wife, all other brother will also want to have their own wife, and as new people will come in the household, the 5 brothers may not get united. If they all have one wife, every brother will be united, because this will be like a common thread for all the 5 brothers. So all the 5 brothers, they will be very much united, because her sole objective was that all the 5 brothers should be together all the time. So that happened that now Draupadi, she became the wife for all the 5 brothers. Okay. Which is not common in those times. And this is never common in Hinduism. Like a man can have 5 wives, but a woman cannot have 5 husbands. So that was not common, but that's being the story. Okay. And as you will see in the next class, that how Draupadi played a very central role in Mahabharat to divide the whole Kuru clan, जिसके के लिए द्रौपदी का बेटा वो हुआ था, जन्म हुआ था. Okay. Okay. So with that we come close to our class. So the topics which we discussed today is about Draupadi, about Arjun marriage. We talked about Baka, Hidambi, and how the whole palace was burned down. Okay, बेटा? Okay. कोई question है बेटा आप लोग के?
No.
Did you like the stories today?
Yes.
Okay, beta. These are beta central stories of Mahabharat, and Mahabharat, as I said, beta, it has like dozens of stories, many stories inside the main story. So now, obviously, we are in middle of Mahabharat story. Okay.